welcome to Generation Dragons episode 61. Steve, how are you?
Good, my man. Clint, good to see you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Dink.
Dink.
And on today's episode, we might as well just jump in. You want to lead her off? And
Yeah, sure.
Give her the
Today,
title and do our whole...
On today's episode, Steve and I discuss the political issues that are going on throughout the world. No,
I'm out.
we're here. We're here to talk about video game related injuries, both that maybe we have done ourselves or to others, or things we've seen and or heard about on the internet, or magazines and stuff.
My hands will never be the same.
Never mind. I'm not even going to say anything to that one. So let's kick it off right off the top, Steve. I'm going to go into one that is kind of near and dear to my heart. It's definitely the Wii Smacks. So the Wii Smacks, as some people remember, the Wii and the Wiimotes that used to, or Wii remotes. Yeah, exactly. While playing some activities or even just doing Zelda and sword fighting and stuff like that, you'd always tend to maybe whack somebody that might be beside you with the occasional black eye, bruised hand, forehead cut.
I think we've all been there, but I think the one that got injured the most with Wiimotes was our TVs.
You can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve. All I do is throw that ball up in the air, and when jeez.
Yes, that was definitely damaging to many people, especially at the beginning of the Wii life.
I can't remember. I remember it so well. Like my wife or sister or somebody like that doing the boxing game, and I'd like grab their shoulders, move them back, and they'd still get closer to the TV.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Yeah, I mean, leading into that one with the Wii and the breaking TVs, I mean, VR and VR games, and just how often, I mean, I've watched you play. I don't really play many VR games.
I dance when I play, though.
Yeah.
It's weird. I just get into a groove, especially in the Oculus lightsaber one or whatever it was called. I forget now. I'm like,
Beat Saber? Yeah. But yeah, with so many times where I've seen people, or especially playing scary games and or like falling down and they like scream, fall to the ground, hit their head on the table.
Resident Evil, baby. One of the first games that actually made me jump.
Yeah.
I was in the dark. First time playing my PlayStation through my stereo. I had the big sound going. Well, big back then. And when those crazy ass dogs jumped through the windows, I dropped my controller. I'm like, geez, that's never happened to me before in my life. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on, Steve. I'll leave it up to you on the next one here.
Atari skinning. I'll take that one because I did get blisters from that. I didn't get the ripped hands and infections. If you look up online, it's pretty gross. But essentially, the controllers were hard rubber. Well, they're rubbery-ish. And your hands, especially the palms, would wear or get rubbed down all the time. I don't even know how to say it. It sounds horrible every way I say it. But essentially, that joystick in your hand, constant rubbing lots of games, you ended up getting blisters, callus eventually, stuff like that. So they called it Atari skinning.
I mean, it happened pretty much all the way through. It still happens to this day on some games. I mean, the N64 was notorious for that on Mario Party. And going like that with it and then breaking the joystick and stuff like that, but also ripping the inside of your hands, because that is another injury that I had occurred to me.
Track and field too, baby, on the NES. That one destroyed my hands.
But, that's another good one.
Especially the hammer throw. My wife loves me now for just a crazy strong thing. Yeah.
Something I know, another one that's something that hasn't happened to us, but we definitely heard a lot about was the power supplies in the Xboxes causing fires.
Did you get
I mean,
caught with a replacement?
No, nothing with that. I never got one of a replacement.
I did.
Yeah,
I got like the power supply replaced. So before it was just the standard cable. The
Yeah.
newer ones came in with a breaker, like a reset on them, and that they were more like an adapter at the end of it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, which was a big issues. I don't know. I know many people, their houses never caught on complete fire from it, but did leave some marks when that stuff did happen.
Yeah, I never saw it. I just at the time I think you just mailed something to Microsoft or proof of purchase or your serial number. I don't remember, but I got a couple of them because I had a couple Xboxes at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. Let's pop over to one that shocked me back in the 90s. And that was StarCraft Death. So this is essentially an injury / this person died from not moving, not going to the bathroom, not eating, he didn't stop playing the game for hours and hours. I'm guessing like days. I don't remember how long it was, but they essentially expired. Had a heart attack and dropped dead.
That happened kind of recently too. Yeah. They China had put a ban on playing games after a certain time because they had a few deaths of people playing games for too long and just never got up to go to the bathroom. Just never took care of themselves. Right. Another one that
we have mobile games now, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Another one that I never really. I could say I experienced, but not to quite to the extent as someone who owned it. But the Virtual Boy.
It does look like shit.
It's a true thing.
The minimal amount of time that I played with it, I definitely noticed it starting to kick in. I mean, even the Nintendo 3DS caused that too on me every once in a while. But Steve, did you have some experience yourself?
I did, big time. Yeah. So luckily, the novelty of the game, Virtual Boy wore it off quick. So I didn't play it in depth for hours and hours, and I didn't own one until a little bit later. So I played my buddies, but I definitely remember like playing the game, being hooked in tennis and things like that. And then I'd get out and I'd be like, oh man, God, right in here. And I would like follow my finger and do things just to try and get my headache and vision and blurriness to go away. Like I wasn't so blurred I couldn't walk around or anything, but I definitely felt it. So yeah, I could see people that were obsessed really getting messed up with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Another big one for me is Pokemon Go, and I still remember right when it first came out. I haven't, has been no injuries on my side for Pokemon Go, but people walking off, docks and into the traffic and all of the crazy stuff that people were doing.
Wow.
I did see one in real life, and that was at work. But it was just walking into a cubicle we had a Pokemon in our office apparently on the 8th floor, and I remember him walking like this, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're talking about, because I didn't really play the game. So
yeah. Another one that everyone is well aware of because it's definitely posted at the very start of a lot of video games. Seizures, and seizures are not something to joke around with. I have a few friends who do, have epilepsy and have had issues in the past. But yeah, that's another one that is a common occurrence with people. And
I never saw anything like that personally. Did you?
I had no, nothing. Not while playing video games.
Okay. Yeah, it was one of those things, I'll be frank, that I didn't think was really a thing. But I've heard enough about it over the years that it must happen to people. And if for them to put warnings out, it must be a big deal. Big enough deal for a lot of people. So,
yeah. Go ahead, Steve. You want to take the next one on?
I'm going to say I put it in here twice for some reason, but WASD syndrome, WASD. So that's basically PC gaming and the up and down arrows, and basically getting injured from always having your hand in that cramped position to the part where you get carpal tunnel and basically just stiff and sore. It was what I used to get from playing all the time like that. But I could see it, like that one. I mean, you're like this.
Yeah.
All day. Well, however long you play. So that one is one I did see quite a bit with friends being like, man, after playing. Well, that's about the worst of it.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of people, after the pictures I saw online looking this stuff up, I was like, ooh, gross. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that happens definitely when I'm playing handheld, and actually really when I'm playing Mario Kart. But if I'm playing my Switch and more my DS and my 3DS, 2DS, all that stuff. But I would always, because you're holding the controller so weird and tight, I'd always get the pains going up my thumbs.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, okay, well, I think I'm going to stop playing this for a quick minute because I don't want this to be a regular occurrence.
A complaint I have too is I have a lot of troubles playing handhelds for long periods.
Yeah.
It's almost like it needs to be wider. My hand's too wide for it, and I can't bring my thumb for a long time doing that. And it just like you're saying, right up my thumb. And I was always like, man, give me a controller. So,
yeah, 100%. Well, Steve, I think you know what, we wanted to keep this one nice, short, sweet for everybody, and
we did, but we missed one really big one.
All right, Steve, you want to end her off with this really big one that you're thinking of?
Feelings can be hurt big time.
Big time
games. Especially when you're so good at Mutant League football and your buddy beats you at it.
I know, Steve. So how do you feel?
Crushed.
You never know. You never know how bad your feelings can be hurt than playing Halo 3 online on Xbox Live on the 360. Then that's when feelings could be hurt. But anyways,
that's when I realized 12-year-olds were way better than me, and I started to stop wanting to play online.
That's funny. Anyway, Steve, as always, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you guys, everyone, appreciated the show, short and sweet. Hopefully, our next show, Steve and I will be together in person and live. We say live, but live to Steve and I. And, I want to add on, if there's anything game-related injuries that we missed, add it to the comments. Give us a like, a follow, subscribe if you're not subscribed to us already, and keep tuning in. If you want to follow our Instagram or Twitter, we're Game.Bot Games on there. And Steve, as always.
Before we go there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and add comments. I'd like to see comments. So, but yeah, as always, my man, keep collecting.
Keep gaming.
And keep safe.